Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about the R7 and running it with the Mark 1 300mm f2.8. It's a question I've had a fair few times about what frames a second you get with this lens, how does the focusing system work, everything like that. So I thought this video, good opportunity, dust off the R7, bring out one of my favourite lenses, the 300mm f2.8. Again, this is the Mark 1, so it's not quite as quick as the Mark 2, but I will show you in this video some of the photos I've taken with wildlife, flying, and how it can capture and lock on and take photos even of multiple objects as well. I went to the Hawke Conservancy in the south of the UK and watched some of their displays and used this combination just to show you guys how capable it is buying the entry level sort of mirrorless camera, the sports camera that they do. Obviously you can get the R10 as well, but this being the sort of money it is at the moment with crop sensors on there as well, it is by far a good budget mirrorless camera compared to like the R6 Mark II and the R5 and everything like that. So I'm going to show you how capable this is converting to a old lens. This is a 20-year-old design lens and how well it does work. So what we'll do first is we'll show you with some photos to show you what the frames per second is in each mode on the camera. We'll go through that. Then we'll go through some photos that I've taken with the camera, portrait, and a few in motion photos too. And then we'll talk an overview why I use this combination and everything like that. So let's hop into it now. So the first video here we're using mechanical and it's 7 frames per second. Second video is also 7 frames per second, but this is the first curtain shutter. The last video here is full frame mirrorless at 8 frames a second. So this first image I wanted to have a look at was just a generic portrait image, focused on the eye immediately, super sharp in the eye where it needs to be, where you want it to be, and the colours are absolutely fantastic. Nice blowout from the background as well using f2.8. Nothing wrong with this image at all. This one's of a vulture in flight, and the reason why I put this one in here is because I purposely took the photo off the centre line to see where the extremes of the autofocus and the tracking would work. And as you can see, it's tracked on this vulture's face here and is tracked it off the centre line, so it is utilising the full usage of its AF points and has got that really well. Slightly lower shutter speed, so you've got a little bit of blur in the wings itself, but the eyes and the face of the vulture are exactly where you want it to be. And again, as we're shooting in 2.8, the background is nicely blown out just because of the creature being quite far away from it at that point. Next one, again slightly off centre, but also in a darker environment. This is in a woodland that they do some bird displays at the Hawke Conservancy, and this is a barn owl in flight, again off centre in the trees, nicely in focus. This bird is moving fairly quickly even though it's in an enclosed zone, but super sharp in focus. I used a slightly higher shutter speed to freeze the wings and everything, so the owl is totally frozen in the shot. And again, the background nicely blurred out because you've got some trees and you've got the little bokeh balls in there as well, which is quite nice and adds to the photo a little bit too. And the final image we're going to look at here is a kite in flight, but this is also heavily cropped to show you how many megapixels this camera has. In fact, you can crop this. This is about a 200% crop into this image, and the kite is perfectly sharp. You've got those amazingly nice bokeh balls in the background, super round, really nice. Bring something to the image to sort of give that separation. High shutter speed, high megapixels. You can crop this in, no worries at all, and still get an incredibly good image from it. So that is all the information I've got from the camera here. As you can see, very capable camera. You don't lose a massive amount of speed from it, and it is a very, very usable with this setup. If anyone has the budget to go for this and wants like a fast prime lens, taking photos of wildlife, wants the opportunity as well at some points, if you want to grab a 2x converter, pop it in there. It does work as well. It does though slow down the autofocus a notable amount using an old converted converter, so be aware of that. I've not tried using a converter camera side because I haven't got any RF converters, but theoretically that might work, but I've not tested it. So EF converters though do work. You got yourself a handheld 600mm 5.6, which is incredibly sharp and does work well. Just you have to be conscious that the autofocus isn't going to be as nearly as quick as it is in this combination here, or even if you're using one of my DSLRs, like I've got the 1DX Mark II and 1DX Mark I, they'll work quicker on the autofocus than the R7 will, but you still get really good sharp photos, really good raw files to work with, and stuff that you can definitely use and be proud of. So this is a combination I would recommend to a lot of people if they don't want to buy the 100 to 500 and they just want a fast prime. Go for this lens here. It works well. If you can afford to jump up to the Mark II, you'll get even quicker autofocus with that system, and that is a lens I do plan on purchasing at some point to test against this lens here and to see how that one compares in comparison to this on the converted mirrorless system. So if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, comment and like as you always do. If you have anything you want to see on the Canon side, Canon related, please let me know in the comments. This is where this video came from, is one of the comments that one of you guys made. And if I have the equipment, I'll get the video made straight away. If I have to purchase the equipment, I'll let you guys know. That is something that I'll add to my ever-growing list of things I need to review and buy, and I'll get back to you with that content. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.